back to the Brownie Chat. Another week, another episode.
Episode
33.
33?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I literally didn't even know it was 30. I was about to say 32.
No, yeah, 33. Yeah.
Oh my god, so should I tell you something?
Oh.
So I told my class today that I'm leaving.
Oh.
Yeah. So they've informed all the parents that teachers were leaving, and then the head teacher came around and she shared to each class where they're going next year, what teacher they're gonna have next year. So obviously they found out who their teacher was next year, and then as she left, there's somebody. At first I didn't say anything, and one of my LSAs was like, "Are you gonna tell them?" And I said, they were like chatting between them, and I was like, "Oh, unless someone asked." And as I said that, someone went, "Mrs. Actor, what class are you going to next year?" And I was like, and then the LSA looked at me like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Well, actually, I'm not going to be here next year." They're like, "What? What?" And then I had about 5 of them cry,
No.
like sobbing. Yeah, oh, it was so cute. Well, not, it was just sweet. One of them was really upset. He didn't cry, but he was really upset. But one who I didn't expect to really cry. No.
Oh, no, loves you.
And also.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'll beep it out.
No, he cries anyway, or like he cries if I go, "I love you." Not me. He go, "I love you," Mrs. Actor, and he'll cry. Yeah, there's another child crying like. So I was like, "Okay, everyone go back to your seats. We're gonna start our lesson." And then this boy just stayed sitting on the carpet like sobbing. I was like, "What's the matter?" Not thinking like that he's upset because I've just told them that I'm not gonna be here. And he came and he was just like this, like sobbing. And he goes, "It's because you're leaving. You're leaving." And I was like, "Oh, what's..."
Yeah, the kids have attachment, don't they?
I love it. They've had me for 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and then then somebody else was like, "Oh, so-and-so is crying." I was like, "Oh," and I said, "Don't worry, you could have missed me." And I was like, "Don't worry, I'm still here for the next 5 weeks. We've got 5 weeks or 6 weeks left of school." So yeah, and I was just like, "Oh," and parents obviously have not found out as well, but I don't think the parents saw the email as they were picking up the kids, obviously.
So
they do know, but they've not spoken to me, because I know one of the parents in my class spoke to another teacher who's leaving, and said like, "Oh my gosh, da da da," but obviously I haven't seen. So on Monday when I go in,
it is crazy how much of an impact just a teacher, even if they're there for a year.
Yeah. So one of them was like, "You've not been there that long."
What, the kids?
Well, the kid said, "You've only been here," because obviously I've only taught them.
Yeah.
So for 2 years, I said, "Yeah, I know," but yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's really sweet."
No, at least you made a difference.
And actually, I've been with them for 2 years of their school life, even though I started a bit later. So it's still like a long time for them. Like I was having this conversation with my class the other day. They were saying, "Oh, the previous teacher, we only had her for like 3 months." And I said, "Yeah, but I've actually been with you for 1.5 years." And I said, "So actually that's a really long time, of knowing the children like that." So I was like, "You actually didn't know that teacher for that long." You're like, "No, we've known you longer." I was like, "Yeah, you have." It's one of the parents messaging me about.
Yeah, okay, not right now. Hello.
Oh my god, it's just like gossip. But yeah, so.
Are you gonna miss it?
What do you mean?
You're gonna miss it?
What, the school? Like, as in where I'm working? Yeah, because actually, but all the people that are leaving are like people that I enjoy working with.
Yeah.
But there's a few that are still there. But no, the team is really nice. I do actually, when I'm at work, I hate going to work, because of the journey. Like, if it was literally 5 minutes down the road, I wouldn't care. But the journey, waking up so early, I just dread every single day, because I hate the journey. But once I'm there, I do enjoy it, because I like the people I work with. The kids, any class can get on your nerves, and, but I actually, the class is a lovely class. It's always, "Oh, chestnut class, da da da." And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, that's my class. But Yeah. And I think actually after today, seeing like how some of them got really upset, I don't know what they're going to be like. I don't think it's really hit them.
But do you know what? If what's, I guess, kind of takes away from it all is, after summer holiday, it will take them like a week or two and they'll
Well, I
just
said
get
to one of
used
them,
to
I
the
said,
new
when you come back,
person.
I said, literally said this to one of them, I said, when you come back in September, I said, you're going to forget about me.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh no, I forget you. But I think it's because I've had them for 2 years. So literally for 2 years of their life,
Their first school years as well.
Yeah, they had reception,
And
and then they had a different teacher. And I joined literally like 3 months into their year 1 class, and so like whereas it feels like you had a new teacher every single year, obviously that in the whole of Key Stage 1 I've been their teacher. But yeah, so and obviously, yeah, I don't know if a lot of them were like shocked. They were like, what? Because some of their siblings are in the year below. No, so some of their siblings are in reception at the moment, so they're going into year 1. So I think a lot of the parents thought I was going to be their, like, still teacher for their class, for their child, because I have like, I think about 6 of them who have a sibling and they're all in reception. So if I go into year 1, also I'd be teaching those same, and I'd have the same set of 6 parents. So I think some parents thought that I would have them. And I think one of them said, oh, I would like Mrs. Actor to be in year 1 for my child. I don't know if she just said that, if she meant that, I don't know, but that's what somebody was telling me. I was like, oh, that's really sweet.
It's crazy though, it's not long left as well.
And now that's officially out, because obviously I've known for so long and the staff have known again for so long and blah blah blah. Now that it's officially out, it's like, oh okay, like I've only got this...
A month left basically.
Well yeah, because when you literally, what's the date today?
16th today. 15th today.
Yeah, so I broke up on the 20th.
Is it 15th today?
15th, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So literally a month, then like literally 5 weeks. And it will go for like, it always goes so quick with it. And we've got so much going on, like next week is so busy at work. Like with meetings and meeting the new, kids are not meeting the new teacher until
actually, when
July. So literally in a month's time. 1 month, exactly. But yeah.
Have you seen any of them?
Yeah,
you've seen them in passing. Oh.
Because they came to the staff meeting. Because we had to do like...
So when I ask how's work,
I was
you
leaving
just say,
it for the podcast.
Well.
But yeah. I was going to tell you, but then when we said, oh, let's record, then I thought, actually, I'll leave it for the podcast. Get your raw reaction.
Well, it's going to be strange, I think, for you.
But I need to get a job.
Well, yeah, inshallah, you'll find something.
Yeah, but I have applied, but it's just really early too. No. I don't know what's going to happen. There's literally nothing unless I just go long distance again. But then
it's not worth it. You're just going from one, basically sidestepping.
Yeah, there's no point doing that. Something will come up, obviously. If like I do supply teaching. But then I don't really want to join like again halfway through a year. But it was actually quite funny. I had a supply teacher in the other day. So I said, oh, this is what you need to do this afternoon, this. But I was in and out of the classroom because I was doing phonics assessments. So I said, oh, I will be in and out just grabbing the children. And it was so funny. So she used to do handwriting. When we do handwriting, we do something called dough disco. So basically they use Play-Doh to warm up their muscles and pinch and slap, poke, pat, squeeze and all that. So I was telling her that. So they do that. You literally do dough disco for like 5 minutes. That's a quick warm-up exercise. And then you go straight to handwriting. So the idea is you obviously build up the muscles and then to help them with their handwriting. So they started handwriting at like 20 past, dough disco at 20 past 1. And also I was in and out grabbing the children. It got to like 10 past 2.
And they were still playing with Play-Doh.
They were still playing with Play-Doh. And it was so funny. I was like, because I was talking to the children as we were walking down to the room. I was like, oh, what have you been doing? They're like, oh, just playing with Play-Doh. Like, I made McDonald's sign, I made fish and chips. I was like, what, are you doing handwriting? They were like, yeah, but then we just did what we want. So I was thinking, as a supply teacher, you can get away with, like, just doing that. Get away.
But it
because
still impacts the kids, though, doesn't it?
Well, for example, that day didn't because there wasn't anything substantial for them to. It wasn't like an English or maths lesson. It was an afternoon, for like 2 hours. So I would have done, and I said, oh, handwriting's only about half an hour, but we do 5-10 minutes of dough disco, and then about 15 minutes of handwriting, maybe 20, depending on if sometimes really longer. So I said by 2 o'clock you finish, then you got an hour for computers and went on iPads and stuff. And they got on the iPads at like 2:20, and they had like half an hour left before they had to get ready for home. But it was just so funny. I was like, she didn't even do what I asked her to do, and yeah, and I was like, so.
But is she a regular supply?
No, this was the first time she'd been to our
So
school.
she'll probably.
Yeah, apparently she was nervous as well. And I think she's one of those suppliers that she's been teaching for so many years, and now it's just like staying a teacher but just doing supply here and there and just kind of doing like whatever, I've done my bit, yeah. So if I do supply, I could literally just be like, they'll be like, can you do this and that?
Unless you're there regularly, then you'll be known for being like that.
Oh no, yeah, if it's like, no, but it depends on, because sometimes they ask the supplier, like, oh, can you do it for the week because we've got so much going on, we need you to cover, blah, blah. That's different. But if it's like, you're here today, you're here on Wednesday, then you're here on Tuesday, then you're here, then obviously they're not like. And also you can, if I'm like, I don't really like this school, I can say no if they ask me again.
Yeah, because you choose where you want to go whenever the opportunity comes.
Yeah, I shouldn't be drinking tea, it's so hot. Like, it's so hot this one.
Yeah. So I've just been thinking, and I was thinking back to our episode about like what is love, and I was thinking part 2, but forget part 2. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about that right now. I wanted to do the opposite of that, and
what is hate?
No, not what is hate. Firstly, and we'll kind of go off onto whatever we want to talk about, but or whatever happens. But do you
hate you? Yeah.
Do you think, one, do you think you are capable of hating, and 2, do you hate anyone, or do you have hatred for someone?
No.
Is there anyone out there that you have like?
No.
And why? Like, what's your feelings towards like that?
I feel
emotion?
like hate. I don't know. Maybe from my obviously personal experience, people that I've hated it in that moment of like a week or 2, and then afterwards it's like, so like you is forever, but afterwards, like I'm thinking about people that I've said I've hated and I hate or I can't stand you or whatever.
Well, you've said that to people.
Like I've said to people that I like. In like anger, going, I can't believe that I hate. Actually, no, I don't think I've ever said I hate you to someone. I say like if I'm annoyed, I go, I hate when you do that, or I hate that. Have I ever said to you, I hate you? No, but like meaning.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so like in like a jokey, like, oh, I hate you, like that. I hate you. Stop it.
I don't think you've actually ever said that to me.
Yeah, I said I hate that you do that, or hate when you do. I say a lot. I hate when you do that. So no, I'm just thinking of people that I've said in my head, like, oh, I hate them.
But is there anyone that you can think of?
That's what I'm saying. So, yes, I've hated that.
No, right now, like...
There's no one I hate. That's what I'm trying to say.
Or...
No, listen, what I'm trying to say is, yes, I may have hated someone before, but now when I'm thinking about it, I don't even hate them, I don't like them, they're just someone that I used to know, kind of thing.
I guess it's like wasted energy.
It's like people who used to be like bullied me in school. Obviously, I didn't like them. I hated them, whatever. But I don't think I hated them. I just didn't like. It's weird because I didn't like them, but I wanted to be their friend, even though because they were the cool kids, and I really wanted to like fit in. But they were the ones bullying me, and I used to like. Even if I remember, this is really sad, and every time I think about it, I'm like, that's actually weird. If I was in that position again, like I would not want that one. But this is like so sad. Not sad as in like that's such a loser thing, like sad as in like it's really upsetting. So there's one time I was speaking, she was a year below me, this girl was a year below me, and she was like bullying me on MSN. But we were on video cam to each other, right? And she could see I was crying. Like I was literally crying on the video.
What do you mean she was bullying you?
I don't know, because she was one of the girls that was... No, she was a friend at first. Like, I used to, like, say hi to her here and there, passing by. But I think I was just such a... one of those children that just literally was so oblivious and thought anyone that was nice to me, I would be like, yeah, like, I can't do anything for them type of thing. Anyway, so we spoke and stuff. We used to always speak on MSN, and then in school and say hi. She was a year below me. I don't really see her like all the time. And like she was like a cool kid. I was literally not the coolest kid ever. Like I was just like invisible probably. I don't know. I remember actually before I go into the story, I'm just saying why I'm invisible. Literally just going into year 9. So obviously we're all in the same year. I go into a year 9 class and this boy's like, "Oh, you new?" I'm in year 9 by then, so I've been there 3 years. I was like, and I was scared. I was like, "No." He goes, "Oh, I've never seen you before. You must."
What? How can that even happen?
Yeah. So, but he was on the other half of the year. So did you have that in school? Where you had 2 halves of the year, so you would only interact with 1 half of the year.
Kind of, but because we would have different
like mixed
classes
would be only with half of the year.
No, we wouldn't have mixed
I would
classes.
never
We
mix
had
with the
sets, so like higher set and
Oh
lower
no,
set.
so we had like.
We did have mixed classes.
So they're like, oh, they're on the other half of the year. So I don't see them as much because they're on. So basically, we had like 400 kids. 200 kids would be on one like half of the year, and they'd mix within ability groups and stuff, and the other half would mix. Obviously, we'd see each other like kind of assemblies and stuff in sports day.
We were all split.
This was in the first 2 years, I remember.
Yeah, even then.
But then from year 9 onwards, then yeah. So when I went, this boy was like, "Are you?"
Yeah, what's the story?
Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I was this invisible girl, clearly. So anyway, we were talking about MSN. I can't really remember the context of what we were talking about. And then she was like, she then was racist, and she said, "Are you gonna bomb the school or something?" Like that. Like she was just like, "Oh, are you gonna bomb the school? Like, because you're a terrorist?" Because I was Muslim. Because I am Muslim, sorry, not was. And I was like a bit confused because I was thinking, why would you even think that? Because I didn't. Again, I was so stupid and naive and oblivious. I just was like, why would? It's not like what? Like I don't understand. Like, because I didn't like think I'm a Muslim girl. That's why she's asking me. I literally was just so innocent, like going, why would I do that? Like nothing to do with my religion or race or anything like that. Just I would never.
So what did you say?
I can't remember. I think I was like, I don't remember. I can't even tell you. But I probably said something like, no, why would I do that? Or something like that. Anyway, and she was like being, and so I'm so like crying.
But why was you still on the phone to her?
It's not phone. This was MSN.
Why were you still MSN?
No, because at first we were just talking, and like I remember, I mean my friends would be like, we're talking like, oh, video cam, and then.
Yeah, but what's silly is you can just walk away. You're choosing to stay there and cry.
That's what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's sad. Oh.
That's sad. You're horrible. But that's really sad that I stayed there.
Why did you stay?
I don't know, because I still wanted to be her friend, even though what she was saying.
Sad.
Yeah.
No, that's a losery.
No, that's not losery. I was like, my friends, why would you say that to me?
Yeah, I guess as kids you're naive, aren't you?
I was like, I don't even know what year, maybe year 8. I think I was year 8, so she was a year below me, she was year 7.
Year 8s nowadays are like vaping and
yeah,
anyway,
I know.
but yeah.
But I'm just saying like back, I'm talking like, how old are you in year 8?
So did you hate
12.
him at that point?
No. I was thinking, I was like, you can see, I'm like in my head, I was like, literally, it's so
Did you tell anyone?
No one knows. Like this.
Who's the girl? Like, do you still know them?
I know her.
Now?
I know who she is. Yeah.
Now, I mean, like.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have her on social media or anything like that. Like, I don't. I think I saw her actually not recently, but like many years after, and I was like, you're literally the same.
It's just yeah.
But
people remember things because you will have that association with her. Like in Suits, for example. Long story short, Louis, whatever his name is, has to have his wife has to have surgery, girlfriend has to have surgery, or has to have a checkup because she can't get pregnant or whatever. And the newest, the most highly qualified surgeon, obviously they can afford them, is his high school bully.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And he couldn't forget that he was like that. He just didn't want him to. But I'm just saying, like, people don't forget things. People really
That's what I'm
don't.
saying. So like this situation, this girl, I just every time I don't think about her, but like for example, you mentioned something that just popped into my head.
You hated that situation.
I don't hate. This is what I'm saying. I didn't even have any hate. Like there was girls, literally. I'm not even joking. Like it was so bad. The way I was like, I was bullied in person, kind of, but more so through social media, like MSN. Like people used to put in their status things about me.
What?
Yeah. And like there was this one girl who thought I was Indian. So she made up a dance and you know the typical Indian dance and she was like, "This is for you, Aisha." Like did a whole dance and then it like circled around the school. It was so like and I was like, but and then
That's actually so sad. Thing is, I got bullied as well. I guess well.
But when I think about it, like I'm saying this now, that like, but when I was in that moment, especially that video, like the dancing one, she did that. She was like this. She was doing this, and then she put like I didn't even. I think someone told me about it, and I remember like showing my cousins and stuff, and they're like, they do realize you're not that they realize that you're not Indian, so that's not your typical like. They're thinking you're an Indian girl, not a Muslim girl. They're just thinking Asian, South Asian.
Yeah, they're just. It's just.
And actually,
racism,
like and she put it on Bebo. That was it. You know Bebo?
Yeah.
She put it on Bebo, and that's where it circulated, and everyone commented going, "Oh my god, it's so funny." Like it was like I actually think about like just little things like that. There's so much of that going on. Like I think I don't know why I called these girls the Barbies because they used to be like really fake and stuff. So I called these group of girls Barbies. So they put in their status, "Oh, Aisha thinks we're the Barbies. Mwah, we're the Barbies." And like I remember, like I had to print all these MSN conversations from where they were bullying me to take into school because they wanted to see.
Did your mum and dad know?
Yeah, they knew about all this because I used to go home like crying every day. Because I nearly left that school to go to a different school, but I didn't in the end. Anyway, so and then they were like, "Why are you calling her Why are you calling them Barbies?" And I was like, they were like kind of dismissive of what actually they were saying to me. No, actually, there was. I can't even remember. I feel like it was such.
Did you get justice?
I don't even know. Like it just kind of like because when I got to year 10, it was like nothing happened.
People probably grew up or.
I don't know. Like like year 11, year 10, 11. It was like year 8 and year 9. Because I remember like girls used to be like, I'm gonna come to you in school tomorrow and punch you in the face. I'm gonna pull your hair. And then I used to be scared to go into school because I didn't want to get like even if I see a fight or as a video or I see a fight in person, I get so scared. Like I hate people fight. Like even if they're doing it to protect themselves, like it just scares me. Like even to this day, I was watching a video the other day of literally like police attacking this man.
Yeah,
and
but it's just because you've got
so
that association
scared.
with like your past.
And like my friend, one of my friends, she used to like get into, well not always, but she has got into fights before. And I used to be so scared. Not of her, but like scared of her that in case if I upset her, I know she could beat me up. But not that I'd ever, because we were like good friends. But yeah, I don't know, it's just like...
But surely that would make you hate them, like, at the time.
But I think it's because, like I said, I was so, like, oblivious to things. I was naive. Wasn't a strong person at all. In that sense, like, I never stood up for myself. So they would bully me, but if they were like, "Oh, I like your hair today," I'd be, "Thank you," like, and I'd be really like, I love it. And I remember one time this girl used to bully me all the time, the Barbie situation. I remember I got so excited because we walked not home together, so I was walking to the hospital after school one day and she walked with me and I literally felt like, even though for the past 2 years she'd been bullying me and like had been rude to me and stuff like that, when I literally walked with her for 2 minutes, Nafees, I'm not even joking, 2 minutes, and we were talking and I was like, "Oh, we should hang out, like we should meet up after school and stuff." Like, that was me, that's not her going, "Oh, we should," and she goes, "Yeah, like we should." Like
people want to be just like accepted, don't they?
Yeah, and like, and I was like now thinking about it, I'm like, but she was the main bully because she was like the most popular girl in school. Well, in our year, and I was like, I remember I was like, "Oh, I wish like I was like her. She's so cool. Like, she had like really cool hair. She was really pretty. Like, you know, she still is to this day. Actually, to be fair, she's not changed, in one bit." And I was just.
But I just don't understand how people can be like that. Like, I was never a mean person in school.
Yeah, but that's.
No, but I just.
We had that conversation yesterday. Remember, like we were saying to your mum, like, just you will never be able to see someone being mean to you because you will never be mean yourself. I mean, I get it because I can be mean sometimes. No, but I would never be mean to people that I'm not, like, my friends. I would
Random people, like, because you
Yeah.
don't.
Just
I
because-
think what you.
Just because they're different, I'm
I
not
think
gonna
what's good about you is because you don't know them, you don't care to have any feeling towards people, certain people, whoever it might be. If it's a random person and they've annoyed you, you're not going to get bothered by it. I don't think you get bothered by things like that because you don't know them. Like, you don't have any association with them. You're not going to see them again. So if they say
now,
something,
always before I did.
no, I'm just saying about now. So that having that association of like that person saying something to you, you're not going to care because they're irrelevant to you. Whereas some people stick to things and let things bother them. Like, for example, like if we were like famous, and people were saying like, negative things, I feel like you'd be very dismissive of it and you wouldn't care.
I don't know.
No, at the start, I think you'd be like, well, people are gonna hate me. Like, people are gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Maybe because I've been
through that,
I don't know.
so.
But
But whereas
like
me, I feel like I'd be in my head.
You want everyone to like you.
No.
No, but that's no.
No. My thing is that I don't care what people think about me in the sense of if I embarrass myself outside in public or whatever, if I'm like loud or whatever, like I don't care. I'll say to you all the time, I'm not going to see these people again, it doesn't matter. But if they were to directly say something to me or towards me like you're an idiot or like seriously rather than like a joke and be like what the hell, his shoulders like higher than his left shoulder, something stupid like that.
That's true.
But if they were to say something like, it would just like bother me. It would bother me even now.
But also because you've even said this to yourself. People like me, so you don't like it when people don't like you.
But not
which
to be
is fun. People, because you're so used to being liked by everyone, that if someone doesn't like you, you don't understand why they don't like you because you're not used to it. But people don't. There are some people that don't like you.
I don't know. No, but that makes me sound like boastful. But
no, but
I feel like I have a good presence around people, so that maybe you're right. When there's someone that doesn't take me as well as like.
That's what I'm saying, but
or doesn't understand my sarcasm.
Take it very well.
Not about taking it, but I just get bothered by it. I can accept it. I can accept that not everyone likes me. I know that for a fact, but I can't let things go that quickly. Like, it will bother me for a little while and then I'll let it go.
About 7 years, 10 years, 12 years, 100 years. I'll be like, you smell, and then he'll be like, 100 years time. That's right.
No.
You said that I smell.
But that's the thing.
I just can't get
I'm not a mean person.
I just
Shut
can't
up.
get over it.
I don't even look like
That's
that.
what you do. I just can't.
When have I ever done that? When have I ever done that?
I just can't.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So, do you hate anyone?
No. You.
I
feel like...
No, wait. I feel like I have hate towards someone, but they're so irrelevant to me right now that I just hate them when I think about them. But right now, I'm not I'm not letting it get me down every day that I hate this person. But if they're ever brought up in conversation, it bothers me. That's what I want to do, yeah.
I'm having her.
Oh, that's so cute. Anyway, listen to me. So,
See?
So that person...
He just seeks validation.
No, but listen. Yeah, so if they're ever brought up in conversation, it will bother me, like I don't want to talk about them. So in that sense, they do still bother me, but I don't think about them every day, so it's not like it's bothering me to that extent. So yeah, I do hate someone. I do hate people. I do actually hate people.
It's been half an hour. Who?
Just in general, not
Is
in
there
general.
anyone that I know in
Yeah,
your life?
of course.
Like currently in your life that you hate? That you like speak about and you go, I actually hate them. Oh my god, you have to tell me. Nah, sorry, he hates you. Fine, sorry.
I don't, not like that, no. There's people that I currently know that I dislike their attitudes and stuff and the way they are. But there's no one that I hate.
Oh, okay, I see, I find.
I'm talking about you.
No, I know who you mean, I find. Come on, quick.
Oh. Anyway, there's just certain people that... No, what I have a hard time accepting is that people aren't nice. And it just baffles me as to why they go out of their way. There's nothing in there.
I mean, you need water.
It just baffles me that people go out of their way to be
Yeah, I know.
horrible. Like, I don't understand what they...
It literally doesn't make sense. But you know what? At the same time, this is what I was going to say earlier.
But you're horrible to me, so then how can you say that?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, like, I get, like, for example, that you're saying you're a kind person, so you don't see how others can be unkind. But I know, and this is a really bad trait that I have, and I'm working on it. I am.
Well, first say it and then I'll tell you.
That, like, I can be horrible. Like, I can say, I can be quite nasty.
When did you start working on this?
But, like, I know I can be horrible. Like, if I'm really mad, I will be very spiteful.
I don't think I'm like that. I don't think I will say anything rude about people to their face.
Not to people that you really care about, you won't, but others you would.
No,
whereas
say if we were to have an argument...
Whereas I'm the opposite. I would say it to the people I care about because I know I can kind of cross that boundary to a certain level. To a certain level. No. If I say, for example, you're such a big fat loser, okay, but obviously worse, 10 times worse, think of something 10 times worse. I know that, yes, you would be hurt, but you also know that I'm just angry in that moment. I don't mean
but it still bothers me.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Don't call me big fat loser.
Whereas if it was somebody else, like, I would never be rude to someone. For example, like, your mum. I would never ever be rude to her. Like, I just know I would, and like, you probably can tell, like, I can really control my tongue around your mum, whereas around you I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? They'll do, like, certain situations. If I'm feeling angry, for example, no one will know that I'm angry, apart from you. For example. Or same with, like my aunties and uncles, I would never ever say anything horrible to them. But also I'm very close with my family, but like my closest with you and like my brothers and my mum and dad, like sometimes I've not been horrible to my mum and dad, but I've had like for example arguments with my brother and I've said like stupid things. But like someone like a friend who I'm not they're my friends, but I would never get to that level. If anything, I would just apologise. If my friend was like, oh, you've been like this, I'm really sorry. Whereas if you were like, actually you're being rude to me, I'd be like, well, what the hell, like, you just did this, like, kind of thing. But I would have more, like, whereas you're the opposite.
I don't say anything.
You wouldn't say anything to a
No,
person.
but have I? I don't actually, no, not have I. Even in any arguments we've ever had.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying, they don't know that. I'm saying that I've never actually been rude towards you. I don't think I've ever actually said anything rude to you, like you're this, you're
you've not
this or that.
Yeah.
I've never. I might get angry and do something else, but I've never. But I feel like.
But whereas like with maybe like other people, you would get like.
See, this is the thing. Like with Mum.
Yeah, you
I will get angry and rude, but when I'm angry, but that's also because. What you think about me, as in like you can be rude to me and like it's just in the moment. I'm so comfortable with Mum.
So you're not comfortable with me then?
No. It's a different kind of relationship. It's a different kind of way that you see things. Like, obviously I've been like around obviously Mum my whole life. So I know my tolerance throughout the years that she's seen me be angry or not angry or this or that. So, whereas I wouldn't want you to, because you grow in that sense. Obviously, because I've grown up doing that my whole life, being an angry or whatever it is in them situations. Whereas I've learned to control that with you because
yeah, fair enough. You should also control your mum.
No, I know, and I'm trying.
But like but I'm saying, like, for example, my mum, I don't think I've ever like.
No, but you do go all rude and quiet. Not rude, but like you go all quiet, which can be seen as rude, but it's just you being standoffish. That's it.
Yeah, like I'll just give like silent treatment.
That's it.
If I'm really angry.
Even to your like everyone.
No, not really.
Who? Me.
No, you, yeah, but that's the only you're the only person. I don't stop talking to my mum or talking to my dad.
No, I wouldn't say stop talking, but you'd be
like
blunt.
My mum, for example, if we've argued or whatever, or she's been telling me off, I'll just be like, oh, whatever. Or like roll my eyes. That is the level of rude I'd get to.
Yeah.
But I would never ever be like, what the F, mum? Like,
how dare you? I would never say that though. No, I would never say that.
Or I would be, no, but like, how you speak to your mum, I would never speak to my mum like that.
Don't make me look bad.
No, but this is what I'm saying, that's how we're different. Whereas I would be like that with you, but you're not like that with me. See what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is different. So...
I guess so, but I mean, like, there's different forms of hatred. It could be hatred because of jealousy or
love is, like, so similar.
It is.
Because you could, like, 1 minute you love someone, and then literally the next day, or whatever, you can completely hate them. Just because, for example, like, one day you're like in love. I was listening to the podcast.
But there's hating actions, not the person, hating what they've done. I think it's different to actually hating a person. I don't think I could ever hate you. I might hate things you do, like you said at the start. I don't think I can turn my feelings into hate towards you unless you do something like...
But that's what I'm saying, like, so I was listening to a podcast, this guy's been with this guy for 9 years, right, and he cheated on her with her best friend for 7 months. The last 7 months of their relationship. She found out just, like, by looking at apparently a video of... So she was on his phone popped up and something, and she saw a video of them on FaceTime together. He recorded a video of them on FaceTime together. You can kind of guess what was happening in that video. So obviously she was just saying how, like, and I watched a video, I did watch one of their arguments.
And all of a sudden she just turned into hate towards him.
Because then everything then made sense. As in, like, he was always at work all the time. And he said, oh, I'm just at work, I went back too late. He was always out with the boys. But then she was like, but actually you weren't out with the boys. You weren't at work. You were at hers doing this. And they cheated on her they had the affair. These two couples had a house together. And in their house, they had... So, like, it's things like that. Yes, their actions, but then that's him as a person as well. That he could do that.
Yeah, it makes you capable of doing them said things, actions, yeah.
And then he was saying things like, but I care about her. And she
it's just like, manipulative, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But so I think, to round it up, depending on the person or what they've done, I feel like if someone killed a family member of mine...
Then, yeah, you can kind of develop a hate to...
I feel like that is a hate, yeah.
But you see them videos sometimes of, like, there was this video of this man being murdered by someone or son being murdered by someone, Muslim man, and he just came to the court and said, I forgive you.
Yeah, and because do you know what he said though? He said that he goes, I do forgive you because it wasn't you.
It was the devil.
It was the devil that took over you, because that's the only person that has that much. So his Iman was Iman.
Iman, yeah.
Yeah, it was obviously he had very, and like I feel like I understand that actually. Yeah. At first, when I remember like many years ago when I had the story, I was like, how could you like ever forgive someone? Yeah. But I do get it, because he probably felt at peace forgiving him because
it's not his judgment to make.
He's not, yeah. And at the end of the day, Allah chooses when that person dies anyway. So if that was his way, then he can't, and all that. But at the same time, it must be. I mean, he must have felt anger with him. It must have taken him maybe, I don't know, it could have not been.
Yeah, he probably had to learn to develop that
sort of
acceptance as well.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe he had some sort of like, I don't know what's the word, not calling, what's the word, like,
just a sign or
sign
something.
or belief, like some sort of really strong faith. Obviously he has a very, you can tell very, very strong faith with Allah, but I'm talking about there must be something that made him realise actually that wasn't him. Because obviously at first when you hear, if I heard...
It's just like when someone dies, like you say, oh, why him? Why did they die? Why have you left? Why has he been taken away or whatever? But really, you shouldn't really be saying that because it's God's choice.
Yeah.
It's like...
But then in situations like that, you're like, how is that God's choice? Like, he was just chilling and the guy just stabbed him, for example. I don't know, I'm just giving like, you hear like, or people, you know, robbed in the house and then they shoot the people in the house, but they were just at home doing what they normally do every single day. It is really sad. Like, alas. So I guess you probably can actually have, a level of hate for that reason. Or if someone did something bad to your child, you know, like sexual assault and things like that. All of those, like, really...
There's forms of things
topics
that can make you hate someone.
Or someone who's like, you're ugly.
Yeah,
you're the fattest person I know. You're stupid. You're this and you're that. Like, you might hate them, but I feel like over time you're just gonna be like, okay. And a lot of these people who are quite big and are now not, and they always say, oh, thank you to those people who call me fat because now look at me. And then they kind of go, actually, I'm glad they did call me that. So then it's not hate,
it's
is
like
it?
a wake up call. It's like a
not
a wake up. It's like a revenge. What's it called? Like a comeback. Yeah, like comeback. Anyway,
you almost didn't hurt me. And
like look what you've made. You've given me like this fuel to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I feel like that is with me actually, because all these people used to call me ugly and like hairy and all this. I mean, I still am, but I feel like
you're not ugly,
I feel like people might look at me and go, "Oh, she."
Dude, this is what I personally. I feel like this about me too, because back in school I was like a dork and like a weirdo, and a freak. Whereas I was still friendly with everyone and still friends with people, but I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't correct me. It might hurt me, but they might look at me and be like Dylan. One of my friends has always said to me like he appreciates how hard I've worked and stuff like that, and like
because you're a little fatty.
how far I've come and stuff. But in general, like just like people probably think like he's not turned his life around, but like he's done well for himself, kind of thing. Anyway, this is episode 32, so like 33, so like.
But no, I do. Yeah, it's even like me now starting to wear the scarf and things like that. Like again, like people will be like, because like actually my head teacher the other day said to me, she's like, did I say can I ask you a personal question? And she was asking me about
are you doing this because you have been like 6 weeks?
Obviously, like not everyone understands it, which is fine, but and then she goes, it really suits you. She's gonna really like, and everyone has said this, and there's another lady at my work.
Right, stop making it about you.
She just said like, she goes, I've noticed a change. Obviously, that's your decision, but she goes, it's such a lovely change, and it really suits you. So she's actually prided. She didn't ask her. She goes, it's not my business to ask, but yeah,
that's good. No, it's a good change. It is.
Yeah, great. Okay, goodbye.
No, it is. Okay, well done.
Well done.
Please like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, listen to us on Spotify, YouTube.
You know
everything.
The drill.
Yeah, you know.
And follow us on our TikToks, which are here.
Yes. No, don't worry. I don't know which side they actually come.
Well, they're gonna be on here now.
They're not. That's where it comes.
Alright then.
Alright then.
Alright, take care.
No. Thank you for listening, and again, we're releasing every Friday now, so if you're used to the Sunday uploads, which you probably aren't because
no one watches.
78 subscribers. Please,
Anyway,
we'll be back
every
Friday
next week, inshallah.
To be continued.
To be continued.